Wasanga gani Hello. You are most welcome. Mwebale kuija Abanyoro na Abanyoro Kati and friends of Bunyoro. Thank you so much for tuning in and good evening all of you. This is Eirakali Bunyoro, the voice of Bunyoro from the Diaspora, which is supported by BKDA UK and Rise Up Community Inclusion. And it is Caroline Ajuna Kibuuka Ateenyi, the host of this amazing show. Just a quick reminder, this show is in 2 languages, normally, that is Runyoro and English. Runyoro being the language spoken by the people who come from Bunyoro, and Bunyoro, for those of you who have tuned in the first time and don't know where it is found in the western part of Uganda, East Africa. With that reminder, allow me to say, itwe hano Eirakali Bunyoro in the Diaspora. We would like to send our sincere condolences and sympathies to all those individuals and families that have lost their beloved ones in the past week. We would like to say, may the souls of the departed rest in peace. And we just have to take a 1 minute of silence to remember all those that have passed away. May they rest in peace. With that, announcement, allow me to say we are going to play you another song before we begin our talk with an amazing guest that you are all waiting to see. And this is going to be from one of our best singers in Bunyoro, and I think most of you may already know him, and that is Diko, and the song is Kataito. Mutyo muno Abanyoro na Abanyoro Kati, and friends of Bunyoro, enjoy this amazing song from Diko.
Rock Deacon. Just a little distance. 7 King. I'm about to get there. Collabo thanks. Igni family. I come from media. Mass professions. Real power. Party base. Bless them. Kasikaire Kataito. Just the canto Kataito. I'm about to get there. Never said it. Abojo magambe nkuija. Itwena tutire biroto, itwena twikara tutera mu bufoto, turota future nkoto, wowe n'abalodi turunge mu ghetto, urakura ati hasigaye niyo Kataito, oruge musapato twale nkaito, tandikana kendo bongo niyo kapito, kongo ndai, eva niyo moto. Kataito, kulima seri, Kataito, ndi haikuza kwa mu, one step, just a little distance, one step, ndi haikusingula, just began to Kataito, kabibe bisebuzebu nja kusingura, nkuro kusiwa ninyolekera leve mpyaka, nkubana wumana count it down in 3, 2, 1, bitch. Enda kuyange gira coming from. Doesn't matter who you are. Just some faith in God. Faith in God. Just a little faith in it. Come on. Brother, tapo wewe kumafanya kazi. Urasanga jamu toza pasi pasi. Abenuku babasoma idigelesi. Kolera hapesi ya watabita mukosi. Urabile mbingi tatu wanaikesi. Tibiangu hile kika kibo kukosi. Teka hopese kambu ya bajasi. Those are the fruits of persistence. One day you will blast. Kataito.
Ako ni kakazina ka Kataito. I'm sure you have all enjoyed that amazing song from those two artists from Bunyoro. And as I said, we are having an amazing guest all the way from Abu Dhabi. That's where he's sitting right now, and he will be coming on this online very soon once I say some few things about him. So before I begin the show, allow me to read a little bit about this amazing profile about that is on this amazing guest of ours tonight, and then you get to know who he is, and before then I will invite him to come online. Our guest tonight is an actuary. This is a finance professional who helps organizations to protect themselves against financial losses, which rise from unfortunate events like death, illness, loss of property, accidents, unemployment, and among others. He does his job by combining skills from the fields of economics, finance, law, and mathematics to analyze and manage the risks of financial investments, insurance policies, and other risky business ventures. He was born in Uganda, moved to UK in 1993. He studied at Savio Primary, Kisubi, and then at St. Mary's College, Kisubi for secondary school education. He graduated from City University, London, UK, with a first-class degree in actuary science in 1999. Since then, he has worked in various countries, the UK, South Africa, Uganda, Bermuda, Canada, UAE, providing, and among others, providing advice to various organizations and governments. Currently, he's actually working with Central Bank of United, UEE, current, that's where he is. He's a chief actuary, head of GI, actuary, GI finance performance. That was his previous job before he joined the Central Bank of UEE. He also worked as an actuary and risk consultant, and he also worked as a senior actuary, brackets non-life, in the Bank of England. Since with all those jobs that he has held, he has 20 years of experience, a master's degree in business administration, MBE, from the Edinburgh Business School. He mentors students, and he's passionate about personal growth and development. He's keen to ensure people don't waste time investing in things which others already know. We should all be willing and able to share what we see and learn in our fields of work in order to help other people to progress in life. And he ends by saying, together we can go further. That is a little profile that I've got about this amazing guest. And I do not want to waste a lot of time. I want him to come online. He introduces himself personally to you. He tells you where he's from, the parents, and everything about him. And thereafter, we will start looking at how he was able to achieve all these things that I've read for you. For some of them that haven't been clear will be clear as we talk as I talk to him. He'll make things more clear, and I bet you get to understand him more, because today is all about shared life or shared stories, and he's going to share his story with us here Hairaka lya Bunyoro in the diaspora. Na habwekyo ninyenda kubasiima nywe n'abanyoro n'abanyoro kati abatuningire ini and friends of Bunyoro to watch and listen to this amazing son of Bunyoro. He's a very great man, very, very intelligent, as you've heard his profile, and allow me to invite him to introduce himself to you. Atwooki, webale muno kuyikiriza kwijja kuba hamu naitwe hano hairaka lya Bunyoro in the diaspora. We got to you in a very short time, but you did not hesitate. You said, yes, I will come and share my life with your audience, and I'll tell them a little information about me for those that do not know me. Waikiriza waija twabaza naiwe obangenda kuba nimbaza naiwe now. Nyowe nka Caroline Ajuna, host wa Voice of Bunyoro in the Diaspora, I'm very privileged and honored to be hosting you tonight. And nkusima muno byona ebyokukora nebyotukora itwe abaana ba Bunyoro emyenda ya Bunyoro, because you are one of us. Hati ninyenda obeyo bugambo buke obwokwebaza abantu bakumanye, abakuzaara, oluganda lwawe, olugankaha, ali akazina ke bazina nduga hoyima iwe olugankaha, ojja kuba n'obitugambira ebyo byona. Otyo muno Atwooki, kankuho muzindaaro.
Webale munya Ateenyi, webale byona, musibe muta, Abanyoro n'Abanyoro kati, mbeta bagenzi bange, bazaire bange, bayise enkulu nyowe, banyine enkulu nyowe nywena, nanya abanyesere Ateenyi ninye mukizire, mwebale kumpa omugisa guno. Nyowe banyeta Oscar, nkabatizi wa Oscar Moses Muhumuza Kitasoboka Atwooki. Ago nigamba baragange. Nzarwa Kampala kyonka owaitu omuka ndagamba no mukyaro Hoima Bunyoro Rusembe 2 abamanyire ebyaro bya Hoima Rusembe 2 no nzarwa. Isenyowe abomugenzi Stephen Kitasoboka Dieri, nyina nyowe Basara Kitasoboka, abandi bamanyire Kasara Kajumba Ateenyi, abono babazaire bange. Isenkuru nyowe Kizara isenyowe niwo mugenzi Kanoni Ernesti Irumba Adieri yahumwire. Nyina enkuru nyowe nuwe Yunia Irumba Abwoli. Ogwakyaro ngira ali mu myaka 9 hati. Tutatulikika ekihangaro muno. Nawe ekyo nkunihira nti nkyaro na nyowe emyaka nkyagisinda sindika. Ekire kitabeera yigiriza nkyali muto. Aba isenkuru nyowe bazaara nyina nyowe baruga Bulindi. Isenkuru nyowe nawe nuwe Irumba. Na nyina enkuru nyowe Akiki bona bakahumura kyonka baruga Bulindi. So nyowe nzarwa family za Irumba 2, Double Trouble, Duhaga na Bulindi. Ntana bagenzi bange baingi, abayisento nyowe, bayisenkati nyowe, nihira abamu abatuningiremu mu mamanyire, abayisenkuru nyowe baba Amoti Wairumba katebalirwe, Sama Tuhura, ba John Mwesigwa, ba isenkati nyowe Basara Timarwa, Tabitha Kisembo, Eunice Irumba, Eunice Ocheilap, then owanyina nyowe abamu in fact akafa echweri Richard Irumba ruhanga mwekufumuro kirungi abandi nabo bafire imyaka na myaka igira bikuba Charles Ibanda kyonka n'abandi bariho baingi ba George Irumba ba Gertrude Kisembo ba Lydia Kate Irumba ba George Irumba bona abo nibo abandaga nti nibo banzara nibo bankulize n'okumpikya halindi hano kyonka of course n'Abongereza naho mbaranka yakulireyo nyinayo abantu baingi abantu waranka bayise nyowe n'abanyina nyowe abankwasire ha mukono kumpikya halimpikiza
otuhaire history ya family yanyu nkoto muri baingi kunu kandi I'm amazed that ozarwa abayirumba dabo ite niko obutuzino bundi webale muno kutuha history about your parents, your great parents and uncles and all of them that you have mentioned. For those that have departed from us, may their souls rest in peace. Hati Atwooki otugambire family yawe otugambira abakuzaire mama amshuwa na waro hanu arabataro tasoboire kubabo kubatali ha Facebook, but I'm sure she will watch this show after. Okasomera Savio Primary. How was it to be in a boarding school? Because today is about you, your shared stories. Tukwendo tugambire Savio kikaba kitoko. How was Savio as you was growing up?
Savio ntatandikire Savio nkatandikira Uganda Road, then Savio nagendayo mu primary ya kasatu kyonka nabo nkabanza kwanga kugenda mu boarding nyoma nyenda munebyo okulia anagamba gagenda mu boarding kulia ndogo omukale nkulia ebyo okulia sayinyege wandize ngeno mu boarding ayine nkulira asaha za abana ekyo nabanza nakiyanga nkabanza kugenda na miryango kyonka kunayangayo akabara hara muno kuruga rugudu nagamba munserure isomere harugudu nyinanyonga amanta ubundi ntani n'omuntu omukoto obundi alebi obumba ntagonze ekintu tinja kikora kyonka cyali mu mutima mulungi bantungiro esomero nagenda Savio boarding kaba. It's a very interesting experience. Omanya kwerolera noyega nokora n'abantu bandi atumaye bogera mu boarding ikinyo kinabandize kukora nkabanza kusera omwana ali mu class yange aina bagenzi be mu class zinde za haiguru nyogo no bana bandize kukwana onye tingo za abana bambulinge obaki nane munywani wawe n'abagenzi ba mu class za haiguru musaija kunkwata kyonka n'ebintu bindi kyonka boarding ba experience nginyowe ngigondeza abantu abagonza gena mu boarding bagonza kutwara abana mu boarding ekwegesa ebintu bingi muno.
So hati abantu abakulora hano bagamba osikono akaba mwana atabe mwangu okangaho ne isomero. You are lucky that your parents agreed actually to take you to another school. Nyo abange bakwakaine. Hato oruga Savio ogenda SMAC, they call it St. Mary's College, the great school. Okatunga grade yakainga habaito wagezere SMAC. Abakatumanyira bagenda SMAC baba bamani tibaba bantu bangu upstairs and we to get upstairs. So how did you get to SMAC? And how was your experience when you got the news that you're going to SMAC?
SMAC nyo mu P7 katuna aggregate sitan. Kuzana muno biki ebyo kyonka nkaba nyina choice yogenda either SMARC oba Kitovu. Kyonka nasalawo kugenda SMARC. Akonyo I liked Kisubi and of course n'abaana abandi twalaganye bagenda SMARC, so nkanye naye na brother wange, so nasalawo kugenda SMARC. So nkaba lucky nti nkaba nyina choice egyo. Kyonka of course experience ya SMARC nayo era aho ndi muno age na pressure zaayo. Kyonka you learn to manage and to thrive in the environment.
The pressure that made you become a very strong-willed person, because ogambire mama wawe sometimes agambo ino mutwe mukoto baitu wagambo kikora mu Burungi, or is it the life of boarding schools, because abantu abakolera mu boarding obo tugambire is a good experience, it humbles you, it makes you do things. So how did SMARC change you, and what did you get from SMARC, because we know SMARC is one of the schools of best students in the country?
Ekikiro code I think is discipline. Kind of course bw'oba n'abantu bandi nabo ne bakoora ha pressure, bagamba iron sharpens iron. So nyo looking back nikyo ekintu kinakizire kwihayo. Discipline kandi ekintu twakoraga sports, but of course no mixing n'abaana abakuga mu background ezitali za bulijjo country. Ati mu primary usually abaana baba ne baruga mu local environment, kyonka mu secondary environment ne expanding, abandi barugaga heru, so notunga experience z'omulingo mwingi nobeegeraho ne mukoragana mutyo.
What was your best subject in SMARC?
Abandi agamba nayendaga physics. Physics I think niyo yali physics I think.
Why I'm asking what was your best
That's
subjects in math, because according to your profile it seemed like you were into ebibare ebyo mathematics, chemistry, so nikyomba niyenda ku establishinga okaenda kikuruga hansi kuno so that tugende kwika kuno haiguru omu first class case business school twetegereze kiki ekyaru, because today is about shared stories. We want you to motivate our young generation.
Okay, hati obunarugire SMARC mu 93 nagenda UK. Of course aho bano switching systems za education. Obunaikire mu UK nakoraho nka Uganda yitweta O level. Nakora O levels, nakozere O levels ezo nagenda mu A level. Hati mu A level UK ekaba very strange in the sense that class twabamuga abaana nka batano. This was a college setting, not a school setting. Mu school mama of course normal schools abaana baba bayingi, kyonka in the college setting akubanka ika UK hagati ya tamu, so nagenda mu college. Ate mu college omwo twabamuga abaana batoyito. Hati ekaguzo kyokagwize kya subjects. Obunali ninkola A levels nakora physics, economics na mathematics. Kyonka nyo nayendaga kuba engineer by the way, oba architect. Kyonka A level byali nekwaho nkaba nsigare mu mwana mu physics mu class ya physics, abandi bona barugiremu. Hati nanyo byatandika kumbo physics nagirugaho, kyonka nayisanga nti nyina kuseera course eyindakora university. Hata aho natungire mentorship naikaguza nyina nyowe namugaba baitu hati nkoleki, options zange zirabaki. Angamba well yangamba nti isonyowe akaba na kosi yakoraga bagetaga actuarial science. So nagamba okay kangi serulize hondore undaba eri option. Luckily for me nkaba nkozere subjects ezibetaga ha course egyo nonatandikira awo. So ebintu ebikira biva mu kwekaguza abantu and a bit of luck sometimes. So nanyo nonatandikira awo kyonka nkaba nyina mathematics na economics nibyo byakizire ku nyamba.
Your late father's profession. I kind of, because I was very interested in you, and especially to know the kind of, having looked at your profile, I've been following you by Jagamba by stalking, but I have always been looking at your progress. I was going to ask you, was it because the way you decided to do this actuarial sciences, was it because your late dad was one? Because I'm meant to understand. You could tell us more about your dad, because I am told when I was growing up that he was one of the first people in Uganda to do this kind of subject or profession. You may also want to explain what actuary science, actually people who do this course ekibakora. But I know your dad was among those first people.
Well, I can't say it was the reason why I did it, because of course your interests zange zikaba handy muno kyonka in the event nesanga nti it was one of the options I could have chosen. Hati nyo interests zange nk'omuntu nyowe nka Oscar nyenda muno kulibata. I like to visit new places, learning new things. So attraction yabandize kunsikiriza nti course egyo ebanyangu kulibata nayo. Nkwekyo okuroraho nti omuntu bw'okuba oli doctor tokusobola kumala garuga Uganda okagenda oba mu US oba mu UK kukola obwa doctor. Bajja kubanza kubakozese conversion courses bikumara obwire, which is not the case with actuarial science. Alo courses ezindi of course nazo ezirubata kurungi nka accounting, of course nka engineering n'ebindi, kyonka professions ezikira obwingi nka amateeka wa doctor n'ezaba engineers ezimu tizikira kurubata kurungi from one country to another country. So knew that was one of my interests. Then nekindi of course nyina nyobo obyangambire, then naba very interested from that point on. Akubanya of course history nkabanta gemanyire. Then of course na isento nyowe ondi nawe ali mu field egg somewhat fuura nawa field egg nawagirumu. So ekyo kikampa interest kumpushinga kukigenda mkyonka tikiri nkyogamba nti niyo yali reason eyokubanza. Ati ekikaguzo kyonkagwize nti baitu actuarial science kino kikimanyisaki. Hati actuarial science kangambe nti obanka engineer wa finance kakigambe nti omuntu bwaba nayombeka enju abanza nagenda wa architect namuteera plan nti enju ejja kusa neeti. Ati nkai wagonza kuombeka enju ogamba architect nti nyowe enju yange ngonza esa neeti, ngonza kugiombeka hanu runda ettaka likusana liti, ngonza enju y'ebisika 3. Ati architect naikara nateera plan. Architect bw'ateera plan egyo aleka kaguza nti baitu ettaka lino alogenda kwombeka itaka lyonyini rundi musenyu hati kusikira eitako birali itaka lyonyini rundi musenyu ajja kuteera plani enju yawe esobole kukala kwemera kurungi ekalema kugwa oyombeka rundi nogikala atina actually nakyo nawe bwaba nakora omulimu gwe aba nateera plan kyonka eba financial plan ate kuteera plan egyo atandikira haliwe nk'omuntu oba nk'ekitongole ekyogonza kutungamu ate omuntu akusobola okujja n'agamba bayituwe bunyowe ndi nanka na nanka nyina famire nyina abaana babati nyina omukyala mbairege kuruga mu bwomeezi buno famire yange eno nkubangira ekiireki hati actually akusobola kwikala n'agamba nti okay okusobola ku inshuringa obwomeezi bwawe nti bulaba olugire mu nsi eno famire yawe ekusobola kuba nogirekera sente ziti ezirabayamba rundi kusoma rundi weyongerayo mu bizinesi ebintu nk'ebyo so byona hamu byona boko bitwalize hamu nyowe omulimu gwange kuyamba abantu rundi n'ebitongole kuteera plani kanzeete plani za sente rundi plani z'okweprotectinga ekintu kyona kibalege kubaho kandi mu nsi yaitu eno etulumu ali nkubaliza hano busawo kintu kirubata mu nsi muno kitali insured business zona ezitufuura ziri insured gonze naitu twenda muno abantu benda muno kurora omupiira guturora ogwo Premier League rundi World Cup manyaki byona biri insured aba basambi bona bali insured busawo team signing omusambi batabanize kutunga insurance World Cup rundi European Cup rundi African Cup ezo zona kubaho zinakuba ziri insured habwokuba habayireho gekintu ati nga covid nkuyayizire ebintu ebindi bikaba cancelled kyonka gonzo nobiraba byali cancelled abantu ebitongole ebimu bikasasurwa habwokuba event ikaba cancelled nawe ojja kurora nti hahi buli kimu ekibaho mu nsi kina insurance enyuma yakyo abavuga emotoka bona nabo bali insured so kanihire nti kiyambireho kwolekya omulimu okuguba
ekyo kituyambira ate abantu ngira bajja kwetegereza actuary kibakora actuary sciences ebyosoma course ebyokora habwokuba bakira bandi tubayi tutabimanyire hati Atwooki okarugora Uganda waija watugambire wajja wakora hano O levels wakora A levels baitu abaana ba hano oli musajja akwiragura Munyoro kaswa Lusemba namba 2 okamanaging ota kuba kufitinga into this society ya United Kingdom orugire kulo oli teenager oyizire hanu kandi wasobora kusettlinga wasobora nokuruga mu physics wabakabosigaire mu omu wagaruko another subject mama yakuguiding anti wewe muzeyi akabasomere binu nayi wosobora kusoma ebyo wasobora ota kwekwata kuba n'amaana ago na resilience egyo nk'omwana arugira Africa kuija kuba mu United Kingdom wasobora genda City University because I know City University is among the best universities. It actually has a very good business college which is called KES. I think you were under that college. Turabire mu ekyo nakyo kitugambire.
Ebintu bibiri ekyo kubanza nkatunga guidance ya amani kuruga abantu omuntu yabandize ku guiding oba ngambe nka mentor sajja bamweta Grace Kintu. Grace ogwo akanyamba muno kunyoleka emihanda koroti kyonka n'okurora abantu bandi mu society y'Abannayuganda aho ni society yali inarumu abantu abali nibakora mu mwezi 1990s bakanyamba ku guidinga. Ekyo nikyo kyokubanza. Ekyakabiri nyinja kunihira nti nkusobola okugamba nti discipline naye kayamba bwokuba UK erumu distractions nyingi kandi society of course terumu mateeka rundi nk'okutugamba nti omwana Uganda rundi mu Africa omwana akuzibwa ekyalo ekyo tikiriyo muno nka UK okwo abantu baikara mu biikaro bingi kandi bitali haihi na haihi amateeka g'okwo nago gali n'ebizibu byago kyonka discipline kanihire nikyo kimu kyanyambire. Of course na Ruhanga nawe kusaba Ruhanga akuha obwomeezi akuhe na guidance kyonka ekimbandizo gakire ekya mentorship nyongira kintu kikuru muno habwokuba nikyo in fact ndi passionate muno n'oku mentoring abantu habwokuba nyo kikanyamba muno kunyoleka omuhanda nti koroti in fact nkuchika Grace ogwo niwe yabandiza kuntwara na university kunyoleka nti university esaneti hariho ebintu ebitutwara for granted kyonka kuba oyina omuntu akukwata ha mukono akakwoleka nti hano hasana hati na hati hano okusobola kukora oti n'oti ekyo kintu kikooto muno kandi tulina ku encouraging muno abantu kuolekera abantu omuhanda. It's very important.
Reach Case City University, and I think you were under Case College Business School. How was it iwe nkomojo mu oizirekora actual science math biki abana bakakuraba bata kandi okasobola otakutunga first class degree habokuba na Africa etulema abandi tutagitungi baiti oizire Bulaya otungire first class degree. How were you able to do that?
I think kyokuba nti oli okwiragura oli mu nsi y'abajungu ebinyo kali tinka experience nga eraho timanyire yabwaki kyonka nyo tinkusobola kwikara nkagamba nti UK ebaire racist towards me habwokuba generally tebaire kubanga amenti gubaire kiba kintu ky'omugisa of course abamu obuntu nti obutoito kyonka generally speaking in fact abantu abankizire kukora nabo abanyolekeze guidance mu myaka yange yokora babaire bajungu Ruhanga akanyamba nasobola kukwana abantu mu society y'abajungu abanyolekeze emihanda kyonka ekinjagamba nti kintu ky'omugisa tinkusobola kwekana nkagamba nti rundi nkakiteekerezaho nti nakikora nti aho nja kuba ninguduuka kyonka kabuzo kyogamba nti ati first class okagitungoota oyina just kuba nti oyina discipline aho kuba hariho okugamba nti ngonza kukora ekintu ABC kyonka ekintu ABC tikijja kwekora kyonka n'enju nayo bw'oba n'ogyombeka itafaali haitafaali n'oteekawo cement n'oteekawo itafaali erindi. Egyo just discipline. In fact nkwijuka mu first year yange nakoraga ninsoma at the same time. Nkwijuka at the end of the first year nkaba nyina exam kiri exam kyange nkyakala nikitandika saa nka 3 kyonka nyina akale mukange kanakoraga nyenkyakala tunga obusente bwange bundaali awoga naye kaleeta exam ekyo. Exam kikaba 3 hour exam naye kaleeta, so I only had 2 hours to sit the exam. Exam nakiikaara tinakiraba kurungi kyonka ntagwe kyonka nasalawo nti omulimu guno gwange nkyakala ngenda kuguleka habwokuba nyina nkabaramu nagamba ati nkola omulimu gwange nkyakala ngwe ebizaamu byange ekyo tikikora tikiri mu makulu. So it's just discipline. Kyonka of course n'obwomezi nabwo bwina kurubata tikiriga nti olina kwefiiriza buli kimu just olina kulola nti obalansingira ota ebintu ebimu bijja ojja kubyefiiriza yes kyonka bw'olaba olina hali okugenda niweetegerezayo kandi omanyire nti olina kukola kino kuhikayo just okola kyolina kukola. Nkyo kiri kingambire kya boarding ekuteekamu discipline egyo. So nyo ekyo kikaba nka natural progression.
We are going to go for a short break, but I just want to ask you a very similar question about your hard work, discipline, and how you have managed to integrate in the UK system. In what I have read about you, there is somewhere where you say you have managed a 5,000 million investment portfolio. Honestly, abantu batugamba munsi muno nyonja kugambira mazima nti no bwolikorota there is a ceiling habwokuba because of our color skin. How have you managed to convince omuntu omujungu? You have worked in the Central Bank of England. I don't know where you managed this 500 million portfolio from, whether in Bank of England or Central Bank of Abu Dhabi. I don't know. But how have you been able to convince these people, iwe nkomojo oba omusaija akwiragura, managing this big amount of money? Then we go off for a break.
Ati ebintu ekintu kinabandize kweha mu mutwe gwange nti halowo ceiling egyo ekyo nyo nkakyanga habwokuba okwasirega omujungu n'omuhindi nanyo wakwiragura okaleeta akahyo okatusala itwena harwara hano itwena tulina omusaayi nigwo gumu difference eriemu skin color. Nyo ate bundaba nasomere naye osomere itwena nka abantu we want the same things. Buli omu agonza kuba na family, buli omu agonza kuba successful, buli omu agonza kuba na good time. Hati nyowe nkakwiragura omubiri abaki nkwefereza ngo bwokuba haliwo ceiling. Iyo ceiling egyo yagitiiro nyo ekyo nkabanza nakeha mu mutwe. It's attitude. Kandi oteba nti n'abajungu nabo abajungu bona tebali babi oliri. So nyowe nkasalawo okufocusinga ebintu ebinkusobola controlling. Undaba ngenzera interview nkasangayo omujungu atagonza abantu bakwiragura. Egyo interview n'obunda agigwa tiguli musango gwange. Kyonga ati bunda ikaara aho nkegamba nti iwe okwiragura omubiri toyina kyokusobola kukola aho nkuba ninyesamba bwesamba bo obandi benda kundemesa kabandemese kyonga nyo tinja kweremesa nabwekyo nyo niyo attitude yange. Omuntu bw'araba asazirewo nti ajja kukola nanyewe nitukola, bw'araba asazirewo nti ajja kukola nanyewe noseera handi. Omugisa ekintu kiri kuba kiri kyawe kijja kuba kyawe. nabanga wakuba kwaira omugisa kuja kuija.
Amazing. So, Bunyoro na Bunyoro Kata and friends of Bunyoro, you have heard our first part of our shared stories with Omukuru Kitasoboka Atwooki. Nkobwa gambiro bwomezi bwe nkobwa ize naija mu bwomezi bwe naruga Uganda naija na asembera naija United Kingdom na ending up na heading up very big organizations, namely Central Bank of England. Eko mukitekehe sira Abanyoro tuino Omunyoro ayakozereho mu Central Bank of England. Eko tuina kihandiko mu history yaitu. Kandi tabaire hansi kununka abando bagambe Abanyoro abaloko muterebyeyo ona baire chief kansome nankaye kurungi abaire chief actuary wa Bank of England. Discipline, mentorship, praying to God, guidance, and of course attitude. Kandi kwenda bagambiro obumugenda mu alphabetic order kagineminga 1 up to the last alphabetic order. Okamaro okagenda no gaita buli letter no giha alphabetic order no giha number. The only word which adds up to 100% is attitude, and that is what Omukuru Kitasoboka concluding with our first part. Na tugamba his attitude made him be able to head and manage a 500 million investment portfolio. Nebigambe ebyo tube na attitude enungi, and we work towards being with a very positive attitude, and we shall achieve all that we want. Bunyoro na Bunyoro Kata and friends of Bunyoro, we will be back after the break. Enjoy this amazing song, and we will be back again with our guest all the way from Abu Dhabi, Omukuru Kitasoboka Atwooki. Munyemerwa kazina, and we shall be back.
Peace and fire, money boy music, sounds of Figure West, master skills. Bokeire gekialero nyaimuka, amaisha nyaganaba, nyateza majo nyasaba. Oh, mukama na kialero kukikukwasa, ompereze kyokulya, amirimo yenkora. Baline sati nyabijwara neighbor yandora neighbor mama neighbor yanyeta anyumize otabaire kababalize ngotarwaira kwekozesa kutose ibara abandi yapire orugambo ukabalemesa nebyokora samogo akabalemesa nebyokora Abanyoro nitwesamba abwate nitwetomera omulalo wa podo wenyanye tubaharana nomukaikulu ataina kantu tumuharana abandi baire nitweyenda abandi baire nitwegondeza abandi baire nitweyamba aina nayamba ataina umbihura mu bikubo ngoronyoro tiltunda chambada kankugambire nabo bigambira bakusekerera mubado mulindoma olingundo yendoma abokubo kwejuma okwegarura enyuma orugambo lukabalemesa nebyokora samogo akabalemesa nebyokora Abanyoro nitwesamba abwate nitwetomera osha obundi byororo bichulerereke mwana wa mama bihali byorora byona bobibaza ushambada orugambo itotagira na horia bana bagenda bulaya kagenda kwetunda aitu bakusinga bofuna makasenta kagenda mu nyanja iwe tomanyire hesangwa onosiba nochura lebe ngundo yendoma abasenti bakuseka n'obudoma okusiiba n'ozunga olugambo n'omansa olingundo y'endoma ojofuna n'ebyokukola onunalya n'olinalya emmere kenula moto ya forgotten my stomach barabubyeganyire Moses skills on the beat yeah money boy music olugambo sama akabalemesa n'ebyokola abanyoro nitwetomera abanyoro nitwesamba abwasi nitwetomera yeah Moses skills on the beat yeah money boy Samwa
ako nikakazina ka Samwa by our great man, one of our good singers, Figo West. Mwebale y'abanyoro n'abanyoro kati and friends of Bunyoro, welcome back from that amazing break. Now nitugenda garuka n'omukuru Oscar Kitasoboka Atwooki ayongere kutulabiramu ebintu life ye nkobweri. Already at encouraging data. I can see people in the chat talking about attitude, how attitude is the best thing, and to kusemerera muno habokuba one of the reasons why we decided to do shared stories. We know that we the Bunyoros have got very amazing people who have a story to tell and people who are of high caliber and who we want to know about, and they tell us about their shared stories, how they've gone through life, how they have managed to beat this thing of attitude, negative attitude, how they have managed to head organizations abroad in different sectors. Some people are heading companies in the US. Now here we are. Omukuru Oscar Kitasoboka is currently the chief actuary of Central Bank of UAE. Nanyo mugimanyire United Emirates. Bantu bamani muno baina mafuta baito Omunyoro ni waku bakolera plani ya future obalaba fuire abana abo balaba lekeraki nko bwatugambire ge nibo bakola plani ya finances z'abantu abamani hato muzeyi Kitasoboka ono otwina hano gozagambire ge tali muzeyi tuleke kutina enzwi baitu ni wakutera plani ya king of the United Emirates. I'm sure he's been in touch with him, he's had worked with him, he has spoken to him. Ni unuwonu Omunyoro utwina kirokinu, a voice show of media. Hati ntakamalirize nkwenda kwa appreciating our viewers and to read out a few messages or questions. Atwooki oborabo ina kapeni osobola kakwata abantu bashaka kuba bayina hane bakukaguza nibenda obagaidinge obo balabiremu abana babu abakusobola kwenda kutunga insurance, life insurance, ebyo byonne byokora bayina kuba bali hano babihandikire. First and foremost, I want to appreciate Caroline Birungi. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much, Ateenyi. We really appreciate your support. Mama Alisa Ateenyi Atugonza, thank you so much for watching. And we really appreciate your support too. Every Sunday you're on here. Mama Anzara, again, Dokas Karungi Musana, all the way from Leeds. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Nikki, Shuari, Auntie, I don't know what is Auntie talking about, but yeah, that is Nikki. I don't know where you are based, but thank you so much for tuning in. Diana Kemirembe, thank you very much for the support and always being with us. We are happy that you are today in the chat. Deizebia Ruhanga na kuwerokaminga, Atwooki Oscar webale kuija, Balemesa Richard, mututungire nyo watching from Vamoka, Mali, West Africa. Ogoniwe Balemesa Richard, I think he has been here before, one of our Bunyoros based in Busoga. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope akatebe kabahuma kakugenda kurungi. Samuel Kitone, thank you so much. Balemesa Richard is appreciating inkusera nebi ebikaguzo abantu ebakaguza baitu Oscar bamutinire. Thank you Oscar for your vision of 20 years down in the line. IVO UK is still going. Okay, that is Deiza Moti. Jole Rukambozi Masebe, webale munamot kutuninga ini, and she's also saying thank you so much, Oscar, for telling us your life story and being someone who is going to influence or motivate our younger generation. Ogo niwa moti. Sarah Muhumuza Irumba, one of the Irumbas, well done Oscar. Bakusima hanu ba mama na basenga timanyiro ba Irumba wasaidiki baitu ni babo abakuzara. Patrick Mwesigwa, thank you so much. You're always with us. We really appreciate your support. Mwebale kutekaniza. Nitugeza mpora mpora. Mwesigwa Patrick naiwe no supportingaga. Diana Kemrembe, hi everyone. Naisho, is Oscar as a financial advisor or an insurance advisor? That is a question you probably will have to answer or tell Diana Kemrembe who exactly you are. You explained to us, but I think she didn't get you right. Then Oscar, what advice do you have for young people born in the UK regarding choice of courses? That is a very good question from Amot Deize. Akwendo yamba bana kutunga guidance on choosing courses. What advice do you give to parents who force their children? That was my question. Amot Deize give children to be lawyers, doctors, engineers. Children end up getting frustrated and dropping out of university. That is a very good question as well. Hannah Kabi Tuija Kwe Lemesa. I don't know what she's talking about, but yeah, she's there. Thank you so much, Hannah, for tuning in. Christine Majara, Christine Majara, Akusima, well done, Oscar, proud of you. Abobona, niboba mama baba bali mu UK who have been praying, abogambire, ababaire, some of them who have been of guidance, I think. My mom, Alisa Ateenyi Atugonza, well done, Atwooki, attitude is key to success. Ogoniwe Ateenyi. Then haliyo Amoni Tumhaise, cheyawe mpagize ya Bunyoro, nice track, akusima, mbokutuwa track enungi. Anyway, I will not finish all the comments, but those are some of the people commenting and giving their views, and they are happy to be with you today. Hati orabano osobola kugaruka mwatoko bukaguzo obwo buhandikire, then we can proceed with you telling us tutugambire gobo ina family obato ina obo kusera obato kusera titubimanyire gebe kyonkate kinike kiraba kikaguze kigarukaho kusera obo ina family otyo mu network
aho no gonza ntandikira kanta kuhura baitu
bazo garukemu Atwooki bazo garukame bikaguzo bya abantu bakagwiza mu chat hanyuma oborambara nibo garukeme kiyange okusera na kitu okusera
kale ati ekyo kubanza nsamerere muno kura abazaire bange baingi abali amutimbagano anti jole nkasema kumurora myaka na myaka kyokka nsamerere muno kameseji kawe anti Daisy anti Sara inywe nankubasiima abokunkuza abokuba bomunywani muno ba family yaitu nokubaho kila muno anti Daisy ogwo guidance nawe yanyambire nayo yanyolekya rugambiro bya IVO ntikora itwena nkusiima muno alas kaguzo kya financial advisor versus insurer tindi qualified financial advisor maybe into bibamu levels bibamu na qualifications tindi qualified financial advisor kyonka I can guide on where to go and find the right information Katugame, I know more than the average person, so I would be happy to assist and guide abakwenda guidance egyo to go in the right way. Ekaguzo kya harakagwizege courses ki abantu ezibalina kukola young people. Nyowe mukulolo kwange omulingo ensigo egendamu, IT has got to be one of the areas to look into. Abakuba ebintu bingi hati biri based on IT. Then of course alona courses ezindi ziri mentioning accounting, for example, is a useful course, a traveling akurungi. Na courses ezindi of course tiziri imbi, I think a law, about doctors, kyonka ebyo byona oba bwokubanza kubiteeka harubaju, issue y'abaana ku dropping out lundi kuura nti bakuba forcinga kukola course eno lundi course eri. Nyowe nkunihira ekintu ekyo tikiri kintu ky'okuforcinga abantu. Nyowe nkunihira nti issue eri nti abantu bundi bakuba batamanyire options eziri available to them. Bw'okuba omanyire ekintu kimu kyonka, okuba otakusobola kurora nti hati iwe skills zaawe lundi personality yawe eri suited to eno course lundi course endi. So I don't think it's a question of forcing. Manyira abantu abali mu fields nka lundi gamba, interpretation, because by the language skills, but they can speak French, they can speak German, they can speak English. So nibesanga bakusobola kola nko mu UN lundi mu European Parliament or European courts, egyo skill nayo era. So timanye nti lundi kintu ky'okuforcing. I think it's more options na mentorship. Kumanya nti okusobola kukola kintu na kintu. Kind of ubundi okusobola kutandika course eno okahindura okagenda okakola course endi, egyo nayo option era. Omuntu akusobola kukola tugambe accounting ha university, kyonka bwakumala university n'agenda n'akola lundi finance or something different. So again, I come back to the question of options. Ekaguzo kindi oba habayo ekaguzo kindi mbonege ebikaguzo bisatu byonka. Abaroge kindi
hariho omukyala bakumweta Cindy Kakiza. I think I don't know, she's in the Uganda or somewhere. I'm not sure where she is. And she says, I wished he would share what he could do differently, knowing what he knows now. That's a very good question.
What I could do differently? That's an interesting question. Nkusambira omupiira. No, actually, when I UK, nasambaga omupiira. So I was part of a local team. Kyonka birebe omupiira tugwaba muga sente nyingi. But interestingly, I had found my way through some of the channels zebyo mpira kyonka nyo nabiregaho because bikabitaru mu sente those days. But what would I have done differently? More seriously, it's really difficult to say. Abakwanywe kuruga A-levels kugenda mu university nkasazireho ntikiri nikyo ngenda kukola. Kyonka of course, I think coming back to the point of options, halo options mu finance ita field in koto muno. Finance itahamu accounting, itahamu actuarial science, itahamu investment banking, etahamu asset management, ezo zona options ziraho. So naturally, I think those would be the options I might have looked at. Kyonka, on the other hand, haliho fields ezindi ezitakwetagisa akatinka finance. You can still earn a very good living n'okola mu area ya tugambe project management. You see? But again, this is where the mentorship and the direction comes in. There is a lot of work in project management. Kandi, if you think about it, business zone, to make change, they have to carry on projects. So every business has a project at some time. And there is a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made in project management. And it doesn't need to run the degree 80. It just needs common sense. No one to kora a small course, akakora project management. So as one options there. So that's what I would say.
That is interesting. We bale munogarukamu ebikaguzo by'abantu bayitwa bakurora today. Who are your fans, who are our viewers, who are our listeners, and we are very happy that you have been able to address those questions. Hati mbaigeni nkaguze kaguzo kinu totugambire. Gabuka kilo kinu ngwena nkale ninkuijukia bunda kaguze bili out of this story, shared stories orantera butera okusera oba are you a married man or nonya? Abaganda bagamba ononya hano tugamba kusera. Mama wange akola topic hanu ya marriage. Yakwenda kikaguzeki.
As of today, 4th July 2021, ndi musajja mufumbo nyina abaana basatu.
Interesting. Hati iwe nka father. Obana bawaabo bali mu United Kingdom, bali Abu Dhabi na Mberolo okwo bali Uganda.
Abana bange bali United Kingdom.
Okay. So my question nkobakagwizege hano. How have you managed to guide your children to be in a certain environment in ya Bungereza kandi? I'm sure they must be focused kids who are looking upon their dad, abokuba omusajja wa maani. Baina kuba nabo nibagamba naye tukwenda kuba nka daddy. Hata abo oba mentoring ota iwe nkabo kuba this is what Amot Daisy was asking abantu abaforcing abaana babu kuba ba doctor ba lawyer nkaiwe babeba actuary scientists nkaiwe ise wabu iwe nayo bagamba mukole kose nabo kwana nyoni yonkora oba what do you say to them?
Ate kintu ekyo kiba mu stages. Tinkusobola kuha answer eri practical. Ngenda kuha answer ku mixing a practical na theory. Abwaki. Nyowe atinka nyowe abaana bange bakyali bato. Omwana omukulu ni myaka 14. Omwana omutano emyaka 11. So hamyaka egyo tokusobola kugamba omwana nti oyina kukola kino na kino. Habwokuba naturally omuntu obwana okura oraba mu stage ya discovery and development and experiencing different things. And I think until you get to the age of about maybe 18, 19, obano kyali mwegyo stage ya discovery. Abana bandi ba developing a late. Omwana akusobola kuba atakuweka interest mu rundi mathematics at an early age, kyonka niwesanga nti picking it up at a later stage. So nyowe osika focus yange eri mu ku encouraging abaana kusoma ebitabo n'okuwuliriza certain types of programs. Hamyaka nk'eno really tokusobola gamba omwana nti oyina kuba doctor. Kyonka akusobola kuba n'amanya nti doctor akola kino na kino na kino. Omugaso ogwa doctor nikyo kino na kino na kino. omugwaso gwa lawyer niko kinna. Ati bw'okuba n'oleka abaana examples nkeezo, that is one way you can do it. Omwana nkunikira bwakuba ayikire nka 18, then aho okuba omanyire interests z'omwana na personality y'omwana, na interests ze hali ziri. Kyonka waliwo n'ebintu ebindi ate ng'okungambirege nti IT I think is going to be a big industry. Haliho ebintu abazaali bye bakusobola kukola bakusobola okugura abaana baabo programs za IT, kwegesa abaana baabo kukola programming even at a very young age. Nimekora I think games zona abaana zibazaana zibaza IT, that's just programming. So there are things you can do ku interesting abaana mu areas kezo. Kyonka nyowe reading, just novels tugambe, bakamanya just skill y'okusoma ebitabo. It just helps to build discipline of focusing. Then of course na basic skills is basomesa mu masomero. Omwana nkunira omwana ayina kuba nakora math na English at a minimum until at least O level. Akuba numerous in skills okusoma, they are very, very important, I think.
Tuwuliriza hano bakulire advice egeyo bahaire. Otugambirege one of your hobbies. You are now trying to keep calm, live about to go off this the program. One of your hobbies you told us was playing football. Then I continue to read to read from what you to read on your profile and also to hear what you've told us. You're interested in mentorship. So what are your plans in this kind of area of mentoring young generation? Because you say you're passionate about personal growth and development.
For now, for example, I mentor, I think about five students at different stages of their career. And it's just basic things like talking through their options. Arohomu alimu IT at the moment. Akabaina opportunities really recently. Just talking through nti ati enu opportunity nkenu ekusobola kuyamba net. Enu ekusobola kukola net. Just kubayamba kola decisions ezo. N'abandi bako bali nka university. Obundi bakola courses batamanyire courses ezo zikusobola kubayamba zita. Abaana abandi hatukanka mu UK setting, abaana abandi bagonza kumanya should they even bother going to university because of the cost of going to university. Now, of course, alona avenues ezibakusobola kulabamu inako kiraho. Then haliho na ebitongole ebindi part of ebikola mentorship yaba actuaries mu Africa, trying to grow the profession mu Kenya no mu Uganda. So it's just being a sounding board for other people, because nanyowe haliwo abantu banyambire ku sounding ideas zange through them, banyambaho kutunula kuno urundi kuno n'okugenda hano okundi hali.
The Bunyoro, do you have any chance or any idea or plan to work in Bunyoro with the mentorship groups that you are currently working with to mentor our own Bunyoro? Because this program is the voice of Bunyoro from the diaspora, and you're one of them, and you're one that people are looking at to help our fellow youth to come up and be like you. So do you have any plan for Bunyoro?
Well, nyowe mbamba ina plan interaho, but of course if people want to talk about possibilities, I'm quite happy to listen to and give whatever I can give back. Akwana nyowe, many people gave to me when I was coming through, so I feel I have to give back as part of the chain.
What is your greatest challenge as a person who is in this career and at a very high profile? What are the challenges or your greatest challenge you can share with us today?
I can say my greatest challenge, I think, is actually finding mentors. For me as me, that I think has been the greatest challenge. Yes, I've been lucky enough kutunga abantu abarangaidinga kyonka kutunga mentors no kutunga abantu abandi abakuraba mu kyokurabamu to share issues and challenges and problems and to try and find solutions. That I think is possibly the biggest challenge that I find.
Climax or your greatest achievement you have done so far?
Ooh. Greatest achievement. I would say maybe trying to give back. Achievement in some satisfaction. It's not really into success or because they can ruin the but just trying to do something to change someone's life. And it could be something small, something as small as volunteering or giving someone advice or helping someone in need, but something which to you might seem small, but to them it's everything.
Interesting.
So
you keep talking. Interesting. So your greatest achievement is when you help someone and you see them succeed, isn't it? Which is very good, and that's why you're very much interested in mentoring. Could you give us some of the reasons why you think mentoring is very important to people? And of course, you already shared with us that Mukuru Grace-Kint was one of your mentors, and he really made you who you are because he helped you throughout and even took you to university and showed you that this is how university looks. What is the importance of mentorship? Because people seem not to understand it. I have one of my friends who keeps talking about mentoring, and I think he would love to have heard this talk today. He would be very excited about it. So what is the importance of mentoring?
Mentoring, so for example, there's nothing new under the sun, first of all. Ebituukurabamu leero nk'abaana abazaire baitu bakabira bamwire. Kandi n'abaisenkuru baitu n'abanyinankuru baitu nabo bakabira bamwire. Abazaire baitu baine ebintu ebibatakabaire kurabamu abazaire baabo ebibakozere ebibarabire mwire. So nyowe nka Oscar mentorship ngirora nti obundi aba ninsobora kwega ekintu ntakirabiremu kijja kunyamba nti I will save time. I will go immediately to where I need to go to. Ntabandize korake ku suffering around kuraba mu challenge. That is not the same as saying nti toina kuraba mu challenges ezo. What I mean is that challenges ezo obuzirahika oija kuba nosobola kukolaki kuziraba mu bwangu. Atugaba omuntu agambire nti okay bw'olagenda ha university oija kusangayo olundi distractions nyingi. This is what you should do when you face those distractions. That's just a very simple example of mentoring. Giving someone the ammunition they need in order to navigate whatever terrain they need to navigate through. That is how I see mentoring. It's just making things easier for people to then focus on doing the important things that they need to do.
All right, amazing. Otuhaire the reasons for mentoring, and I hope people who are listening today will know and will start working on to mentoring our own. And everybody, I know very many Bunyoro out there who can mentor the younger generation. Hatini tugenda closing a show. Nkwenda obe ebigambo bike byokutugambira. One, I want you to tell us your greatest fear in life, and then you give us your closing remarks. In these closing remarks, I want you to pour out your heart and give it to us, itu Abanyoro, nkobogambire your greatest achievement is when you give back. Nkwendo lugano gambire, lero ngivingire back. And that is what I want you to say to us as you close, you give us your last word on the show today.
Compare challenge ya man now, Ateenyi. My greatest fear actually is regretting at the point when it's time for me to leave this earth. For me, that's my greatest fear. So I try to do whatever I can so that I avoid that level of regret. Kyonka mu kumalira njagamba nti obundi nk'abantu twikaaraho nitweraliikirira muno ebintu by'obwomeezi kyonka tulina kwesiga Ruhanga okuba Ruhanga niwe amanyire byona niwe ajja kutuyamba kandi tuyambanga nk'abantu. Ebayibuli irundi na Korani irundi na n'ebitabo ebindi by'eddiini byona okusobola kubisamarizinga kugamba nti do to others as you'd like them to do to you. Nahabwekyo tuyambanga nk'abantu, and then we shall be better as a group. That's how I conclude, I think.
Sorry, I asked you to do the last word, and I thought you're going to tell us something that I have not asked you. Do you have any person that you look up to, the person you would say who has been your hero, or the person who has been your role model? Because we want to end with that so that we go night to Gambe, nanyoka ngene nsoma katabu ka omusajja ogwo oba ku mukazi ogwo oba nanyoka ndora omukazi ogwo byakora, whoever he is your role model, or yeah.
I don't know about role models, but I've read a book called The Outliers, which I found to be very, very interesting and very, very practical. Like The Outliers, it is by a guy called Malcolm Gladwell.
Oscar Kitasoboka tinja kubazalire ibale linde lyotugambire gabuka nyite mnyomanyirire gana 4th Atwooki webale munono okutuhamu akatabukana akatugambe tugende tusome. I hope people who have listened to you or who have been here, actually abantu by Cairo, I've never been on this show. Abantu bakatandika nkwe namba nko webayirege ekamalira nko wekatandikirege. This is the very first one I have done. That means abantu basemerere muno kuwuliriza kandi nebintu byobagambire bibasemeize muno, and I'm sure they have learned a lot from you, and they will go back and look for this amazing book. Omuntu naenda kutunga nayenda mentorship from you, nayenda omugambire bigambo nko wasobere kusobola kukora mu Central Bank of the UAE, Central Bank ya England, Central Bank amanyaza South Africa, munsi zone zokoleire nayenda kumanya na nyonkwenda ngendo munsi ezo nkoleyo. How do they get you?
Email, which is oscarkits@gmail.com. I think that would be the best channel.
Please repeat it again. Repeat it again, Oscar, and my colleague will write it in the chat.
oscarkits@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's it. Don't have no website, nothing, no more anything.
No, Tinina website, Nina just the email.
Okay. Abanyoro na Abanyoro Kat, yeah, Abanyoro na Abanyoro Kat and friends of Bunyoro. Anyone interested in being mentored by Omukuru Kitasoboka Atwooki, who he is, please get in touch with him. He has given us his email. Write to him. If you are a parent and you want him to mentor your children, please get and write out something to him and tell him specifically what you want him to do for your children. For aitu abakiasobola kuhindura courses na abana bakiasoma nanye mulenda kutunga mentorship, please reach out to Mr. Oscar Kitasoboka nko muhulire. He's a very big person, very positive person who cares and wants to give back to his community. Ninyenda no concluding by reading out the thing that touched me most in Oscar's profile, and his where he says Oscar is keen to ensure that people don't waste time investigating things which others already know. We should all be willing and be able to share what we see and learn in our fields of work in order to help other people to progress in life. And he concluded by saying, together we can go far or farther. Webale muna Atwooki kuikiriza kuija kubaha iraka lya Bunyoro in the diaspora, and I'm sure you have given us an introduction part of who you are, and we are hoping that we will be inviting you again on this show to educate people about things that you do, the actuarial sciences that you do, the insurance, everything, and so that people get to know and understand how to go about life. Kanihiro butura kueta utandike to educate us in the field, as you concluded in your profile, you will be able to say yes. Amina. Hati nitugenda kumaliriza lino eiraka lya Bunyoro in the diaspora, the voice of Bunyoro in the diaspora, sponsored or supported by Bunyoro Kitara Development Association and Rise Up Community Inclusion. Nsigaire ndi Caroline Ajuna Kibuuka Ateenyi kandi nimbaterera inywe n'abanyoro n'aba friends of Bunyoro to keep COVID-19 regulations in whatever country you're living in, because COVID is real and you know what is going on in our country. Please continue to pray for our country, continue to support our people back home, those who can, and let's together go through this pandemic well, and may we keep our lives safe and follow the government regulations in each and every country we are living in. We will be back next week again, same time, 6:30, with another yet amazing guest. And please stay tuned in next week. Come and listen to us and give us your suggestions. Please like our Facebook page, like our what are the social platforms that we are all on, like our YouTube channel. Go there, you'll see my little face. Please go on there and like the YouTube channel and advise us and tell us how we can go forward with this program. Abanyoro na Abanyoro Katan, friends of Bunyoro, see you again. Mukama alinde and have a lovely week ahead of us. God bless you and bye.
Anyumirengo yesa buli taipu, anyumirengo y'omwana, anyumirengo y'omwana, bayitigo janyanke bamyanke mwanyi, inzoka yenyona ya kilodilodi mumuleka jagane, inzoka yebambi yona ya kitoka ndiyo bujona nizibwa, omanyirengo yebuzijwaro murungi nazo ziba nonge. Ebintu byokujwara biba bizibu muno bayitona kabisobora, kazibe pulaini rundize kitenge rundiza majorobeza jorobeza, kebe sikati kitete imwena kirogoma simushana nanana, figaye kuruga mu buto ekachwa rikodi musomero niwe yabasigaga, nanyine nkuru akagamba nebibande bya munyomisaga, omuntu arugiro mu buto nanyuma omubukuru alisigara nanyuma. Anyumirengo y'omwana, anyumirengo y'omwana, anyumirengo yesa buli taipu, afitinga, anyumirengo y'omwana, anyumirengo y'omwana, anyumirengo y'omwana, anyumirengo yesa buli taipu, anyumirengo yesa buli taipu, anyumirengo y'omwana.
matabuta omujwazi nambeemu kandi mu buli mbeera unatonyoloza wewe kalubeerwa okusibamu rundo kubungisa rundo kusabisa kalubeerwa obugenyero ndepate dress amasumati agasesekaramu kabe musana runde kiro runde njura egwire mukasana sana enjwara ye eisanama y'obukama kama mirengo y'omwana mirengo y'omwana mirengo y'esabulitayi